we're here at the Stitch Festival.
It is actually a really nice venue, isn't it? Like a nice little... This is all the new prints. Coco, which I've actually already got vinyl fabric now, which looks like a picnic rug. But
hello. I always think that this looks like the beginning of a horror movie because we are in a underground car park. Oh, I think this way.
No, definitely fine right there.
Oh, okay. We don't know how to get out of this car park. We've parked, oh, there's a space there.
Right there.
We've parked underneath the Business Design Centre. So anyway, we're here at the Stitch Festival. So I shall take you along with me.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey neat. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
Hi everybody, it's a few days later now. I'm back home from the Stitch Festival. I had a really wonderful time. So I've only ever been to the Knitting and Stitching Festival, which I went to back in March 2019 I think it was, and then obviously they all stopped because of COVID the year after. So yeah, last time I went it was called the Knitting and Stitching, and then I think it got changed. The March one's now called the Stitch Festival. So I've only been once before, and it was in a completely different location last time as well. So this time it was in the design centre, the London Design Centre, which was a really cool venue actually, and it was very easy because they had an underground car park, which was great. So we drove. It did take a really long time though. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be about 2 hours, and on the way home it took us 2 hours 45 minutes because of the traffic through London. But yeah, it was fine. It was fairly easy. It was just like lots of stop start. So if like me you have some accessibility issues and public transport isn't so great, I would definitely recommend driving if you feel like confident driving in a busy place, and parking in the underground, because yeah, the underground car park was really great. But yeah, saw so many people, met so many people that I follow on Instagram, and like some people who followed me, which was really, really nice. And yeah, just had a really great time. Bought a huge amount. I wasn't expecting this at all. I thought I would go and get like maybe 2 or 3 fabrics for spring summer, but I've ended up with 5 fabrics, 3 patterns, some buttons and some other things that I'll show you, some other accessories and stuff. So yeah, but I basically like, I kind of view shows now as like the Knitting and Stitching and the Stitch Show are every 6 months. So you have the Knitting and Stitching in October and the Stitch Show in March every year, and they're just a really great opportunity for me to pick up my fabrics. So I go and I just buy what I need for like the next season. So everything I've bought is for like spring summer. It means I can make a few clothes for the new season, some gaps in my wardrobe and stuff that I feel need filling, which is really fantastic to be able to sort of just like do that in one go and fill up the stash. And then I'll probably do the same thing in October. I'll go and get some bits for winter, and it's sort of how I do my knitting as well now. I've started going to yarn festivals. So Unravel Fest runs in February, and I think it's September, and there's quite a lot in September. There's Yarndale, there's the Scottish Yarn Festival. It used to be the Perth Yarn Festival, it's now the Scottish Yarn Festival. We've got the Cotswold Yarn Festival in April, the end of April, and they may be running that twice next year possibly. So you know, there's just like a really great opportunity basically every spring and autumn to go and for me to pick up spring summer yarns and fabrics and autumn winter, and to do it like that. And I think that just works very well for me, because as I say, I try to go and I think very clearly. I don't just go and go, oh my goodness, and just buy everything which is very tempting to do because there's so many beautiful fabrics. So I went with a very clear like, where are the gaps in my wardrobe and what can I fill. So yeah, I think I'm just going to show you what I bought. Let's do fabrics last, because they're like obviously the most exciting. Let's do like the bits and bobs. So we'll start off with the big massive one, which is this. So yeah, I got myself a sorry if the lighting's not great today, by the way, it's very cloudy, the sun's in and out, but I got myself a spoolie holder, well, a thread, yeah, a spool holder. You would call it a spool holder. That's what it is called, which is great. It's for 60 spools, which is like way more than I need. I'm undecided yet. I may put it up on the wall. I think that might be the easiest thing to do so it's not in my way, because I use this desk for sewing and writing and working, basically everything I do. You know, I've said before on this channel I have multiple jobs, so everything that I do here, and I just think that it'll take up space on the desk. So I think I'm going to put it up on the wall, which it has an option. You can either have it mounted on the wall or you can have it as a stand. So I think that's going to be great. It's also just going to look really pretty, and it just allows me to see like what I've got thread wise in stock. I tend to buy really big, like 1,000 meters of black, off-white and navy from Gutterman threads. So obviously I get those from work because I get discount at work, so I buy those 1,000 meters, and that's what I tend to use for most of my sewing. But then obviously if you need to do like a hem or something, and you've got, I mean, like my beautiful bottle green dress that I made for my graduation, obviously I couldn't put like a black or white thread hem on there, so that's when I will get like, you know, a very small, and it's normally always Gutterman, a very small in the right colour. So they will go on there, which is really great. Often when you go for a pattern fabric, it doesn't matter so much. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So that's the first thing. I then got 3 dress patterns. So one of the first stalls I came to was Tilly and the Buttons, which, as you guys know, it's like my ultimate fave. I pretty much, everything I make nearly at the moment is a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. This is a Tilly and the Buttons indigo. Like, I really need to branch out and get more exciting. I know it's like a bit of an issue. But they had a pattern that I really wanted, which is the Cocoa, which I've actually already cut out. I've cut out the paper and then I can cut it out in fabric, because I have, you can probably see behind me, some leftovers from when I made my Billy sweatshirt dress, the second one with the like safety pin print. I've got quite a lot of that fabric left, so I thought it would be really cute as like a cocoa tunic to wear with leggings when I'm working from home, because as I've said multiple times this year, that's been a huge thing about my wardrobe, like where my gaps are in my wardrobe are that now that I work from home so much, I need comfy clothes that also make me feel like dressed and nice and, you know, not like a skank in her pajamas. So I want some things that are really comfortable to work from home, and I've realised that I wear a lot of leggings. That's what I really like. I quite like being sort of dressed from the hips up. So I will happily wear like a nice top and a cardigan, but I don't ever want to wear like trousers. I also want to wear something really comfy, so I'll wear leggings. So I thought the Cocoa tunic, and also actually, to be fair, like the Cocoa dress as well, which is really lovely, which it can also be a t-shirt, and this can be a dress too if you want to make that longer. These would be really good options for working from home to wear with leggings, because they'll be really comfy. You can make them out of stretchy fabric. So that was the first one I got. The second one I got, I'm so excited for. This is the new Tilly and the Buttons pattern, which they kind of like sneak peeked a bit on Instagram before I went to the show, and I was like, oh, I really hope it's there. I want to see it. And they had the samples made up as well, so I could see like how lovely it was. So this is the Mabel. This reminds me so much of like my youth and childhood, because these kind of like peasant dresses, I think they're called, were really in style when I was younger, like the early 2000s, where they had these kind of like gathered like ruffle with a tie at the bodice, and then like, yeah, elastic balloony sleeves. So yeah, this is super cute. So you can make the dress with short sleeves, you can make a top, long sleeves, like there's lots of different lengths you can go for. You can go like, you know, mid-calf, you could shorten it if you wanted. So it has some real potential. So I think I'm definitely going to be making at least, I'm definitely making a short sleeved dress. I'm probably most likely going to make a short sleeve top, and then I think as we go into the colder months in like September, I'll probably end up making a long sleeve dress and a long sleeve top. I love like elasticated comfy dresses that don't look like that. Like this has got shirring around the waist and the cuffs, and I'm not the biggest fan of shirring. I found it quite difficult because of my chronic pain, my fibromyalgia. I found it really difficult to like hold the fabric and stretch it, like, because you have to keep it flat as you go with the elastic. So to do like a whole bodice all the way down was a lot of work for me, but to just do like 5 rows of shirring for a cuff or 5 rows of shirring for a waistband, that's absolutely perfect. So I'm really excited to make that. I think I'm going to make that quite soon. I've got so many things to make though, so I'm like, oh, it's my birthday soon and I want to make things for my birthday, and I want to make things like the warm things that I've still got to make. I want to make them before it gets too warm, and anyway, that's by the by. So the next thing I bought was some buttons from Ethel and Joan. Can you see those? I'm hoping that's focusing. So I have been following Ethel and Joan on Instagram for absolutely ages, totally in love with their buttons. They hand make all of their buttons with resin, and then like this one's got gold leaf, gold glitter in it, and these are the ones that I've been like lusting after for so long now, because I just think they're gonna go with literally anything. They are clear resin with gold, so like what is that not gonna go with? So I think they're probably gonna end up on a cardigan. I think that's most likely, is that they will go on a hand knit cardigan, but then I guess they could go down the front of like a blouse or something. so we will see. They're going to go in my button collection. I'm getting really good now at like collecting buttons when I see them, because otherwise I have like a massive stress when I finish a piece of knitwear or a dress or something that needs buttons, because I'm like, oh, I need to find the right buttons. So I'm trying to like create a collection so I can just go into my collection and choose something that works for me. So yeah, those will go in there, which is great. And then the last thing I got, which is like a not fabric, is this bag, which I got for free because guess what, I shopped at Fabric Godmother, so they just put it in this bag. But this, I think it's super cute and very useful. I always use tote bags, so I'm very happy with that. There was one more thing actually, very excitingly. I picked up an overlocker. I didn't actually pick it up though, I ordered it. So they had a show price, it was £20 off the normal price, which is, I thought was fairly good. I just got a bog standard Janome like beginners overlocker, so that should be coming in the next week or so. So yeah, that will be delivered from a shop in Bath. So oh, I'm so excited to get an overlocker. I'm so excited to like overlock all the seams of my makes from now on. Like I'm not, so I've got loads of things that I want to make, and I'm sort of like, oh, do I sew anything this week or should I just wait till I get my overlocker, because I'm gonna want to overlock everything. So I think I'm actually gonna probably just cut out loads of projects this week instead of sewing, and then they'll all be ready to like sew up. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I might do a like unboxing my overlocker or something video, maybe for Instagram. Let me know if that would be of interest. Leave me a comment. Okay. Fabric, the exciting part. Now I have to say, like, these all look so nice together actually. There's a real like theme going on. There's like pink, green and blue in all of them. Very springy, very summery. So yeah, totally, oh, I just love them. Can't wait to show you them. So maybe I'll just get started instead of wittering on. Oh, I've realised I've missed something. I missed a pattern. I went to Sister Mintaka, who I follow on Instagram and who I really like, and she was selling the ultimate shift dress for only £7, because this is the old packaging, which I want to make my wool. I have some gorgeous wool which I've shown in a previous video that I got from New Craft House. I would like to make myself a wool shift dress out of that. I don't know if I'm going to do that this time, whether I might wait now and make that in like September, because I feel like if I make it now, I don't know if it's going to get anywhere, because it's really warming up here. Like most days in the Cotswolds it's 12 or 13 degrees, which is nice, and I think in April it's probably going to go up to like 15 to 18, so I'm probably not going to be wearing a wool dress. So I think I'll probably leave that until next year, but it's nice to have picked up the pattern discounted. So yeah, anyway, back to the fabrics. So the first one I got, which let me check the name of the shop. So the shop I got this from is called Jenny Stitches. They are based up in Barrow-on-Furness, which is like right up in the north, if you don't know, in, I think it's in Lancashire. Is it Cumbria or Lancashire? I think it might be Cumbria. Anyway, it's the northwest. Yeah, she had some really gorgeous fabrics, so I picked up 2 things from her shop. She was really lovely as well. We had a good old chin wag about all things YouTube and fabric and that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is the first fabric. This is a cotton jersey. It's got a little bit of stretch to it. You can see it's got a lovely pink ditzy pattern on it. It's navy blue background with a pink and green and white ditzy pattern on it. It is actually quite heavy. I got 2.5 meters of this, and it's really wide. It's 160 width, so I thought the 2.5 meters would be plenty to make a dress out of. So yeah, I'm really excited actually to make something really comfy, because I've been wearing that leopard print dress that I've shown in previous videos, which is a memade. Actually, I'm going to need to do, I don't think I've done a makes video for a while, have I? Show you everything I'm making. I think I'm going to do a what I made in March and April. No, that's not right. February and March video, because I've made quite a few bits that would be good to show you. But I made a jersey lotta dress, and yeah, basically worn it absolutely loads. So I wanted to make something else, working from home again. That's like my big theme this year, is I'm working from home. I want comfortable things that are pretty, that make me feel nice, that I feel comfortable in. So I've got two options for this. I'm thinking I can either make a cocoa dress, which is the pattern I showed you, with just the boat neck rather than the big funnel neck. Yeah, so I could either make the, let me see if I can find it, this one, where it's the boat neck, just like a t-shirt dress. It goes down. I think it does sort of go out slightly, so that could be quite nice to wear with like navy tights, and then when it gets warmer I can just wear it without tights and just like white trainers. The woman who I bought this from, Jenny, who runs the shop, was wearing a sew over it Esma dress, which is really lovely. It's like fitted bodice, t-shirt, sleeves. The sleeves aren't like grown on, they're set in, so it's all like fitted quite nicely. There's a bust dart, then there's a waistband, and then it's like a gathered, I think it's gathered at the front but not at the back skirt, and it's supposed to be made in a jersey fabric, and it had pockets, and it looked really, really nice. So I kind of thought, oh, actually I might actually make one of those. But then I also wondered, like, rather than buying another pattern, I don't know whether I might just try and do it myself. I could take the cocoa and then cut it off at the waist and then add a gathered skirt. I've been doing some like googling about the easiest way to gather jersey, because it's obviously not as easy as like a woven fabric, and people suggest doing a couple of lines of shearing at the top. So I might have a go at that, I might see. So I haven't really decided yet, but it's definitely going to be a comfy working from home spring dress that I can just like throw trainers on and a nice cardigan with. So yeah, that's the first fabric. The next one, which was also from Jenny Stitches, is this gorgeous gingham. So this is like a lovely sagey green gingham, which I'm just very much into green. It very suits my like dark colouring. And I think it's really nice for spring as well, because like green to me just shouts spring, green and yellow. So I got 2 meters of this, which again, it's got quite a wide width. I think I'm going to make a top. It's either going to be a top or a skirt. I can't decide whether to make a skirt to wear with t-shirts or whether to make a top. I feel like if I make a top, I'm probably going to wear it like round the house working from home. If I make like a nice blouse or something, I'll wear it with leggings or joggers around the house for working from home, because as I say, I tend to get dressed from the hips up. So I haven't decided yet what I'm making with it, but it's just a lovely like classic cotton, really nice, good quality, nice colours. So yeah, I think it might go with some trousers that I'm making for my job. I think I've said before, I work for Makerly subscription boxes. The dressmakers box in April is some wide-legged linen trousers in lavender or teal, and I've got the lavender fabric, so I thought like a green gingham top could be quite cute. Another option as well would be, so I could do the Anthea blouse, could work with that, or I could do the top version of this as like a peplum, which would then be really cute with my white jeans. So loads of options, but basically I think that's probably going to be a top. My next fabric I got was really, really beautiful. This entire shop was gorgeous. I think they were called the Wool Shed, and they basically had loads and loads and loads of fabrics from India, from near Jaipur, where they do a lot of the traditional artisan block printing. So it's all fair trade, ethical, well, I don't think it's fair trade, fairly traded, sorry, and ethical, and everybody being paid properly and looked after properly, which is what we want, always, every single time. I love Indian block printing. It's one of my absolute faves. When I went to India, I went to the south of India and I went to Bangalore for a month, and there wasn't much of this down there because it's very like industrial. But I've always like wanted to go back to the north of India and go to Jaipur and see them doing this, because my parents have been, and oh, just so many beautiful things. So I have 2 tablecloths that I've bought from shops that have got them from India, from Jaipur, with this beautiful block printing on. My mum got me some serviettes when she was over there, and I just love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I've been wanting to buy some fabric for a while because I thought it would make the most beautiful dress, but the issue is it's quite hard to find just plain fabric, like unbordered fabric, not stuff that's been like made into like a tablecloth or something. So yeah, I picked this up because I was so pleased to see them there, and I'm really pleased I've picked up their details in case I want to buy some more. The only thing is, because of how like the big prints work, because it's like they make them in like a ginormous block, it's only as wide as like the print is, which means that it's only 110 centimeters wide, which is obviously a really thin width. So normally you'd either have 114 or 150. So I picked up 3 meters because it was such a narrow width, but that's obviously going to quite heavily restrict what I can make with it. I think I'll probably just be able to fit a dress out of 3 meters, like just about. I have made a dress before out of 3 meters of narrow width fabric, but it won't be able to have like a puff sleeve or anything. I wondered about doing like maybe like a Tilly and the Buttons Indigo like this, but with the just doing like a gathered ruffle around the sleeve head rather than like an actual sleeve. Or the other option would be to make like a beautiful blouse, and because I've got 3 meters I just have to cut it all not on the fold, so I could do like the Anthea blouse with big puffy sleeves. I'm trying to think of any others I've got patterns for. Anyway, I could make a blouse is what I'm saying, but I just love this, and I think it's going to take me a little while to figure out what to make out of it because it feels very precious because it's so beautiful, being like being block printed. So yeah, really love that. That's absolutely stunning. Okay, so my last 2 fabrics are from Fabric Godmother. I have been following them for ages. I've bought from them once before. I bought this like gorgeous mosaic print, which to me was very Dolce & Gabbana-esque. I'd seen these beautiful Dolce & Gabbana dresses that they brought out in their ready to wear, oh gosh, can I remember, was it ready to wear 21? Summer cruise collection? Anyway, if you Google it, they're like blue and white, really pretty, and they are like tiles. They look like Roman tiles, and so I bought this gorgeous fabric from Fabric Godmother that was such good quality, and I cut it all out last summer, and I printed my pattern wrong. I hadn't got the percentage right, so it's huge. So I'm going to remake that dress. I'm going to recut out all the pieces like 2 inches smaller and remake that dress this summer, which I'm really, really excited for because I've got a special occasion to wear it for. It's going to be a gorgeous floor length maxi dress. It's going to be so beautiful. Anyway, that's again another random tangent. All I'm saying is that I like Fabric Godmother. I really, really like their stuff. And she just brought out some new patterns, some new fabrics, which had been all over Instagram. This one especially had been all over Instagram, so I was really excited to go and see those. So I picked up the strawberry print linen, which I think is a viscose linen, so it doesn't crease anywhere near as much as a normal linen, which to me is amazing because I have a real thing about creases. Like, I literally will iron something like 4 times because I can't cope with the creases. It's like not normal. But yeah, she the lady who runs Fabric Godmother, I can't remember her name, brain's gone dead, but anyway, she was wearing this in an Anthea blouse, and it looked fantastic, and that's exactly what I thought it would work for when I felt it, and I felt that it had this sort of stiffness to it because it's a linen viscose. I thought that would work really well as the Anthea blouse because you want something a bit stiff to get that nice big puffy sleeve. Sorry, the sun's just come out, so I'm realizing I'm probably looking a bit like white blown out. So yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a lovely cream with really lovely red, strawberries and green, and they're just like really nice tones. You know, sometimes with like a strawberry print it's very, very garish and very bright. I mean, the other strawberry fabric I have is very bright. This is really lovely, so this is going to look so nice with like jeans and trainers. And I wondered as well about, I was thinking this summer that I'd quite like to add a navy gingham skirt to my wardrobe, so I feel like this would look really cute, like tucked into a navy gingham skirt. So that's definitely going to be an Anthea blouse. I know that one for definite, so I'm really excited for that. Okay, we're on to the final fabric now, which looks like a picnic rug. But you know I love gingham, you know I love picnic rug fabric. So last year I made 2, was it just 2? No, 3 gingham things. I made gingham trousers, gingham dress, and 2 gingham dresses. I made a full red and white gingham dress, which I absolutely love, and then I saw this and I just fell in love. It just reminds me of like picnics and strawberry jam and the summer, and I just think it's gorgeous. My husband was a bit like, oh, that's a bit crazy, but I was like, yeah, wow. It's also like a bit of a seersucker, so it's a cotton, but it feels like a bit of a seersucker just because of like, it's got like real texture to it, which is really nice. And I know 100% that I want to make the Mabel with this, so I think it's going to look really cute. I'm going to make a short sleeved Mabel, and I'm going to make it for the coronation weekend, because I'm going to have a little coronation tea party to like celebrate. I think we're probably going to do it on the bank holiday Monday, because you know we've got an extra bank holiday in May in the UK, because you might not know if you don't live in the UK, King Charles III will be crowned, which is, you know, a huge historic event. Like, we haven't had a monarch crowned since I think 1952 or 3, either 2 or 3, I can't remember. But obviously Queen Elizabeth ruled for a very long time, 70 years. So yeah, I'm really excited to make this and to have a little tea party. I wanted to make something that wasn't like really coronation as well, because we've got some gorgeous, like, you know, there's some gorgeous fabrics going around with like Union Jack and stuff on, but then it feels very wasteful, because once you've made it and you've worn it, that's it. Like, that weekend, I mean, when else are you going to wear it without looking a bit odd? You know, you look like a tourist in London, so that's just not really the vibes I'm going for. And I don't like making things in my wardrobe that I'm not going to get loads of wear out of. Everything I make, I do make a lot of stuff, but I also then wear it a lot for years and years and years. So I will get a lot of wear out of this. So yes, that is going to be a Mabel dress. It's going to be super cute, and I will show it to you when I finished making it, I'm sure in May, or I might do like a make along or something. So yeah, that is it. That is everything I bought at the Stitch Festival. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the little vlog at the beginning. I know it's just like a few clips and a bit of music, because I'm really bad at like talking to the camera out in public. I feel really awkward. Although there were a lot of people there who were like Instagrammers and stuff who would totally have got it, which is really, really nice. And I met lots of people that like I knew, which was really lovely. If you went, let me know, leave me a comment below and let me know, what did you buy, what did you do, because it's on for 4 days, so I think quite a lot of people have gone. I think this video is going to go out actually on Sunday morning, so it's still technically on if you want to turn up and buy a last minute ticket for Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I had a really fantastic time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you think of all my fabrics. I love to hear from you. And yeah, lots of exciting content coming up soon. It's my birthday soon, so I'm going to start making some like birthday dresses and things, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.